We are diving deep into what we've just experienced over the last 24, 36 hours. And Chris, we always have fun with this from a standpoint of if you counted this as snow.
Oh boy, yeah.
Right?
The flurries of questions around that.
17 inches of rain.
It would be a 10-to-1 ratio, 170 inches of snow.
Goodness.
Now, it could never happen like that
Yeah.
because this time of the year, the reason why we got such a heavy rain event is because the atmosphere is full of moisture where you can't get that in the winter season.
But something to put into perspective, too, when we were just talking about it. Think about Cedar Point. Not too far from Kelly's Island, right?
Yeah.
But something, there was this dividing line.
And we could get really specific with some of the data, how incredible it is. There are some communities here in Northwest Ohio that got less than half an inch of rain, too. So we're thinking, how did we get 17 inches in other areas? It was all around one area of low pressure. We call this a compact meso-low, which is just a small area of low pressure, really just drifted across north central Ohio. And several things contributed to this, and I'll be honest, the fact that the lake water temperatures are now up to 80 degrees actually fueled the atmosphere with some tropical moisture coming right off the northern extent of that low pressure system. And here's where some of the heavier complexes of those storms were, and this was over just several hours. They really just danced around the Lake Erie Islands right there, and gave them some heavy rainfall that resulted in over 17 inches of rain out there toward Kelly's Island. Now, I'm going to dive really quick back into the rainfall totals. You got quite a bit of it in southern Michigan, not so much west of I-75. It was all taking place, this action, east of Toledo, eastern Lucas County. And I want you to mind this as well. While we really feel for eastern Lucas County, this would have been catastrophic if it would have been about 8 miles to the west over the Toledo metro, a more urban area that doesn't have the density to kind of allow for floodwaters to drain. A lot of this is going to eventually run off into the marshy areas and eventually Lake Erie, but the data does show this was at least a 1 in 1,000 year flood event. I ran the numbers myself, and actually by a factor of at least 2, it easily hit that mark with over 17 inches of rain reported up in Kelly's Island. Let me put this in perspective. Now, Kelly's Island is only about 4.5 square miles. 1.14 billion gallons of water fell over the course of just several hours. That is about 28 million bathtubs full of water and about 1,700 Olympic-sized swimming pools that fell in a matter of hours. Then go ahead and pick that jaw back up after digesting some of those numbers. Pretty incredible how much rain fell over such a small area. Now, current readings are in the 70s. The rest of the night tonight, very happy to say, we don't have any rain out there tonight. Tomorrow is going to be a dry day for Tuesday. You wake up, you head out the door, beautiful sunrise, a few fair weather clouds, dry conditions into the afternoon, and highs are expected to reach into the mid-80s. A good chance to dry out through Tuesday. 85 is what we're going to go with. Mostly sunny skies warming up. Temperatures will start out in the upper 60s and will eventually reach into the 80s as we go through the afternoon Tuesday. Extended 10-day forecast is 85 on Tuesday, 87 as we get into Wednesday. Next chance, we do get a few showers and storms. Will include a few downpours for Thursday and into Friday. Should knock us back into the low 80s Friday into the start of the weekend Saturday. And then we'll even back out mid to upper 80s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And most of next week, we'll see highs in the upper 80s with a stretch of dry weather that will take us into the middle of July, which on average is about the warmest time of the year.